Let's go ahead and roll this one. I got a guy walking down the street here. Looks like he's carrying his groceries. White truck coming down. Ooh, I don't mean to laugh, but probably one of the most impressive parts of this video is the end. Look how fast this guy runs. Oh my goodness, he is fast. Now let's talk about the crash itself. We have the white truck coming out. So first thing is, I have no idea what the small car was doing here. This looks like the larger white truck is holding his lane, maintaining his lane. I don't know if this small black SUV here was just not paying attention, dropped something, swerved into him. But you'll notice that they hit them at the perfect glancing blow, perfect glancing vector. With that hit, the minute that they lifted the car up, the momentum got going, it caught and started to tumble. And that's what we see here, the tumbling. That tumbling, as I've described in other videos, absolutely and truthfully deadly. That's not an overstatement. Our spine cannot support the weight of our head on it. So when you're strapped in with a shoulder and a seat belt, the 12 or 14 pound bowling ball, which is our head, is swung about uncontrollably. We have literally in the front sternocleidomastoid, some anterior cervical muscles, some deeper cervical muscles, splenius capitis, splenius cervicis. In the back, posterior spinal muscles, iliocostalis thoracis, longissimus thoracis, trapezius. Those are the muscles predominantly. Those muscles are not enough to support that head when this happens. The forces of the head swinging overcome that of the muscles, and the next thing then down is the spine. The spine, the covering to the disc, the annulus, is frequently torn. When that cover is torn, that allows a disc to then stick through. That happens because of rotational and torsional forces that come across the spine with the tumbling of the car. Another thing that happens in crashes like this is frequently if a person has a lap belt on, their pelvis will be held still. What happens is that with each tumble, because the pelvis is held in position, the lumbar spine that has a nice gentle curve to it normally flattens out, and it flattens out, and it flattens out. And with each of those flattening out of the lumbar spine, that's where we see the lumbar disc injuries and the lower back injuries occur. And so in this case, real high likelihood of spinal injuries. That's the sum total of that. So this is a serious injury. I know that your gut and reaction may be like mine was, which is to be impressive at the attentiveness of the guy carrying his groceries and the speed with which he could run, which no doubt saved his life. But as far as the occupant of this car goes, they were just the opposite. They clearly were not paying attention somehow, which is how this whole event started. And again, speed with that type of tumbling will often result in the injuries like I've talked about.